Welcome back, episode 15. Today, we're talking about how home sweet home and creating your sanctuary here in South Atlanta. And what we're going to do is focus in on how to connect in with local businesses, how to like really stage a home to, show that it is a true sanctuary. And we're going to spotlight some businesses that we think would do great jobs at really highlighting and getting those memories into that new home. So, Payton,
Yep.
what I want to do is
Yeah.
I want to talk about something first. Okay.
Okay.
What are some local businesses here? Peachtree City, Fayetteville, Coweta, Noonan, Moreland. What are some businesses that we could go to find those cute little odds and ends? Because I know that you know some.
Yeah, I might know a couple. We have great options that are large businesses that you can support, but we're all about supporting the small local
Yes.
mom and pop stuff around here. So
Yes.
the places that I love to send clients to and that I personally love to shop at, there is a store in Peachtree City on the south side of Peachtree City in the Braylon Shopping Center called House and Hide. They are fantastic with all things like interior design. If you come in with I really love this piece of furniture, but like I'm not sure how to like decorate the rest of my house. But they also have a ton of options that are already set up in the store so that you can walk through and see them. And a lot of the ones that we're going to talk about kind of all over the south side have that as well, which is great because if you're a visual person or you need to like sit and see it in real life,
I got to
you've
touch
got
that
options.
hide. I said hide, people.
That's right.
Got to touch that hide.
That's right. So House and Hide in Peachtree City is a great one.
It's over
Noonan
there
Mercantile.
so House and Hyde, that's over there. Kroger, Partners,
Yep.
Elliott's, and that
Elliott's.
crossroads, crosstown part.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then another one is Noonan Mercantile. They are in downtown Noonan. And so they have great options for all kinds of stuff, like
everything.
little things for your house or furniture or clothes or all kinds of things. They have all the stuff. So Noonan Mercantile is great. Another one that's great is 180 Pure Home or Leland Blue. Both of those are in Trilith. Again, those are they're more very on the minimalistic side of things because that's kind of how Trilith is. But, 180 Pure Home is more about like dishes and kitchen and making everything cute for entertaining and stuff like that. So if those are things that are very specific things that you're looking for, those are great places to go to. Another one that I really love.
Another one over here on the other side going towards Griffin. Like if we go out, because we want to talk about, multiple towns here. So if I go down to Griffin, what's a good one down in Griffin? Because I know that you know.
Rustic. Yes. Rustic Lantern and Company. My favorite place to go in Griffin. I will specifically drive there just to go to their coffee shop because they have a killer coffee shop in part of their store.
I love
Rustic Lantern has a fantastic, amazing warehouse of all kinds of different pieces of furniture that fits different styles, different spaces. They carry stuff that's super neutral. They carry stuff that's statement piece type things. They have everything from just like knickknacks and pillows and stuff to just full blown, I want to buy the whole room as you have it laid out. You can do that. Now, they also have a store right behind it that's like a boutique and stuff where the coffee place is.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. So the one that has the warehouse, can you actually walk back?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
See, so like, do they have it set up in like little cubicles to where you can see everything, or is it like open?
No, the whole thing's open. So like they have it like staged to where it's like,
gotcha.
You feel like it's a room, but the whole thing is open. So you've got you can see a lot of different things and experience different things there. And then Heirloom Market is in Peachtree City. We love them. Their space now is smaller, so they don't have as much furniture, but they are more, instead of it being one business, they're kind of like a hub for multiple businesses to be able to come in and rent space within their space. So that's a really good place to go to if you like the whole like craft fair vibe or, going to different places where you can go to one place and hit multiple businesses.
They had the bakery in one location and then the actual store in a different, because before then, like tell everybody like Heirloom was where beforehand, like what happened with Heirloom and then what did you do too? Like I want to showcase a little bit of what you helped with.
So Heirloom a few years ago bought a like historical home that was in Sharpsburg. So if you were familiar with where like Costco and Sam's Club are, for us on the south side of Atlanta, it was literally right there.
Mm-hmm.
Huge, beautiful white home that was originally someone's home that had through the years been through different businesses
And
and
a
different
huge
owners, but when
steeple and
yes, it was absolutely gorgeous. And so they bought it, renoed it, and brought in, I don't even want to know, 50 plus businesses
so many.
inside and also started a bakery. So when you walked in the front door, they had a bakery there and it was like full service, best donuts ever.
Maple
Um,
bacon donuts, people. So good.
so good. So good. But then, the rest of the downstairs area and upstairs was all different boutiques and
Mm-hmm.
places for you to go and shop. Unfortunately, that burnt down in a fire, and that was a huge killer for our local
Yeah,
community
because a lot of
because,
those locals, they had inventory in that shop, and then
yep,
they had to figure
yep,
out what to do afterwards.
yeah, it was awful. I'm not even gonna lie.
Mm.
And and it was one of those things that it wasn't like it happened in the middle of the night. Like thank God nobody got hurt. Nobody was
Yeah.
was there, but it was pure day. So people, and where this was right on the edge of a major highway for us. And
Yep.
so, people were pulled over on the side of the road taking pictures. It was
It was
all over the
awful.
news. It was a big deal. So huge hit for our local market. But I'm friends with the owners on, Facebook, but
Yep.
I basically was like, I feel helpless. I don't know what to do. How can I help? And started a GoFundMe. And
Mhm.
because you never prepare for things like this, and a lot of these mom and pop businesses that were involved in this and lost everything,
Yep.
they nobody was ready for any kind of loss like this.
Mm.
So community came together and raised well over $25,000 very quickly for them, which was amazing. And it took them a while. It took them some time to figure out what was next and how to set back up. And they were in a temporary location for a little while in Peachtree City. But through all of this, they basically took the opportunity to have their bakery become kind of its own thing. So
Mhm.
now they have a location in LaGrange, downtown Noonan, and in Peachtree City,
And don't they have, like, a
specifically for
food
the
truck that too that they, like,
they
delivers?
have a food
I
truck too.
mean,
Yeah. And the food truck was a huge deal during COVID because
yes.
they did donut
Yeah.
drops.
It was
So
awesome.
they could, yeah, so you could say, like, I want some donuts, and they'd drive their food truck
Yep.
and drop off a box of donuts at your house.
Do a delivery for the local hospital or anything,
Right.
like
Yes.
yeah, where you were able
Hmm.
to buy a box and get a box sent somewhere else for a while there too, so
Yes. Yeah,
yeah.
it was incredible with all the stuff that they did for the community, which is why so many people were like, "What do we do? How do we help?" when
Yeah.
everything happened. But now they have a new permanent location in Peachtree City, which is right next to Fresh Market.
Mhm.
So their new boutique style space is over there, and it's very similar to what I mentioned before. So it's just kind of like a big open place with different
Mhm.
sections for different boutiques to have. So it's definitely more on the like knickknacky gift decoration side than
Yeah.
furniture and stuff like that, but
Yep.
still amazing stuff
But those are the
and fun
pieces
place
that
to
help
go
make a
visit.
house a home, so
That's right. That's
so,
right. So those
like,
are some of my
in
favorites.
in the guy mind, I'm like, "That's just dollar signs going out," but I'm like, "Okay, it still helps to feel the space to feel like home, not a house,"
It
so,
does. It
but yeah.
does.
But there's one, I forget the name, and y'all will people listening, they'll be able to hone in on which one I'm talking about. Going out towards Sharpsburg on 154, there's, like, a place where there's a whole bunch of local vendors that can go inside of it too. A big, like, I think it's called the farmhouse or the farm or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
That's
yeah, the farmhouse.
that's my
Mhm,
favorite place to go because they have, like, each little individual, like, booth that's a seller, and it's a lot of
mhm.
people there's a lot of woodworkers that have their work
Yes.
there, and you could go in, and I could take a picture, see the business card, and go, "Hey, I saw this table, but I wanna make this small change," and they're like, "Yeah, for that change, it'll cost this, da, 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 da," and then so, like, that's another way that, like, the businesses can still keep getting business just by having a piece inside of these
Right.
like these bigger businesses. So always
Mhm.
remember, like, if you see a piece like a furniture, and if it's handmade, like reach out, contact them, be like, "Hey, I want a couple little changes to make it a little bit more unique." They'll do
Mhm.
it, and they're going to
Yeah,
be good at doing it. So
right. And they're just gonna be thankful for the opportunity to
yeah,
that you didn't go somewhere else. Yeah.
Exactly. And there's one other place, I forget the name. I don't even I don't think it's still around, but this is a big box one, so I apologize. My favorite place to go into is called Home over here in Noonan.
Mhm.
It's just it's like I don't even know. It looks like a wall. It looks like the same colors as Walmart, so I think it's
Mhm.
owned. I don't know, but I love going in there and literally just sitting in there and going, if I was a new home buyer, like I've contacted my agent, we're about to buy a house, I walk in, just the amount of ideas that can start going, well, we could buy this, we could stage it
Mhm.
like this, and start making a house into a sanctuary. Because I want
Right.
to go in, I've had a long day at work, I want to come in, I want to feel at peace. And
Yes.
so that's a huge, like, that leads into our next topic. Like, home ownership, there's a ton of emotions inside of it,
Mhm.
especially if
Mhm.
it's a
Yeah.
first time home buyer. Like they're getting hit with my rent's about to go up. I'm doing this. I can make a like I can afford a mortgage, but the bank says I can't because I don't have 19 years of history. Like,
Right.
but
Right.
buying a house as a first time home buyer is such an emotional roller coaster. So like
Yeah.
let's kind of I want to kind of talk through a little bit of like what you do helping first time home buyers too, to like go like, hey, I've got you. Once we get to this
Mhm.
stage, I've got all these people that you can go to make this house now your home. So like
Right.
what's some stuff that you'd help first time home buyers specifically?
So a lot of it is the communication aspect, right? Because you go from this is so fun. We're just going to go and look a bunch of houses and, do all the things and it is and it's fun and it's exciting and exhilarating and all
Yes.
you feel all the feels, right? But then when it gets down to the nitty-gritty of the reality of things, it can feel much more overwhelming than
Oh,
exciting, especially for a good chunk of that contract to close
yes.
time. So a lot of it is the communication aspect, but just having the relationships and the vendor partners already
Mhm.
built and in place so that I can provide clarity for my clients. Because what a lot of people don't know, especially as first time home buyers, you don't know what you don't know. So
Mm-mm.
if you've been renting and these aren't things that you've had to think about,
Yeah.
or you're moving out of mom and dad's basement, whatever the situation may be, there's a whole list of home maintenance things that
Oh,
you may not even be privy to because that
yes.
wasn't ever something that you had to think about. So those are resources that my clients get so that I can provide those things to them, like on a yearly thing,
Yep.
here's things that you should probably be doing. And on a monthly basis
Yep.
or seasonal basis, here are things that you should probably be doing.
Oh.
And then we take the next step of and when you want to cry because you can't handle that, here's the people that you call
Yes, yes.
to help you with
And
these
whenever you
things
need a
because
drink, this is the number you
yeah,
call,
and
and then
this
we'll go drink
is
and cry about it.
that's right. That's right. Absolutely. So, we have we have resources for all things.
Everything. But
But
by the way, if you sure to go get help. So just
right,
throwing
that's
that
right.
out there.
AA. We will also go to an AA meeting with you if you need that.
Yes, with our business cards.
That's right. That's right. So, it's really just more about like providing clarity, providing the expectation, providing
Yes.
the resources, providing I want my clients to feel set up for success. So
Yes.
it's not just let's get you to the door, here's your keys, good luck.
Bingo.
It's more about like because like what you're saying, like going to the at-home store and all that stuff. I love doing that, especially and I encourage my clients to do that when we're in this process.
Mhm.
One, because it's a stress reliever. But two, and this is only after we've had the conversation that you are not allowed to spend money or open a credit card or do any of the things
Yes.
that we talked about in the previous episode.
Do
Don't
not
do
do
those
that.
things.
No.
This is for educational purposes only and for you to be able to go and create a vision board for your house. That's what we're doing. We're not opening new lines of credit and buying things because
Or
then you
don't
don't get the house.
get a store card ever. Don't do that
No,
crap during
don't.
this time or after.
Mm-mm. No,
27%
it's
interest will kill you.
right. It's just literally never a good option. Just don't always say no. But it's a great opportunity for people to go and create those vision boards and start to say, okay, well, I love this chair and I
Yep.
love this pillow and I love this rug and trying to figure out how to create the vision of what their sanctuary is going to end up looking like.
Mm.
Because especially as a first time home buyer, you might be coming from like a tiny condo or an apartment or something
Mhm.
like that, and then now you've got like a house and you have a whole ass house that you have to furnish and decorate and do all these things with, and it may be way bigger than you're
Yep.
used to.
I go square foot rental to a 2,700 square foot house, and I've got 4 extra
That's
bedrooms that are just got 1
right.
pair of shoes inside of them,
Right.
like
And it's like, all right.
Yep,
You
yep.
know, and so, just walking through that with all my clients, first
Mhm.
time home buyers or not, because, even if you're moving into maybe what's more of a forever home from your first house, and it's probably a bigger home, you're
Yep.
you're presented with the same problems, because maybe you have a dining room table, but
Yeah.
maybe or maybe you didn't have a dining room table, maybe you just
Yep.
had an eat-in kitchen, and now you have a whole ass dining room. Like,
Mhm.
so
Exactly.
figuring out all of those
Yes.
steps and navigating those things together, and that's the fun part. It takes the stress out sometimes.
And what's really fun about all that too is, like, that's whenever you get to express your pieces of like, your personality too. Like,
Right.
yes, I can go to a big box store and buy furniture, but, like, it's like how I piece together the furniture plus the decoration, like, those little
Mhm.
pieces are, like, how I can really start making after a long day coming home and going, "I'm gonna sit my ass on the couch, and I'm gonna be
Mhm.
chilling. I'm not gonna
Yep.
Netflix
Yep.
and chill, I'm just gonna chill."
I'm
Like,
just gonna chill.
just
Yeah.
chill. So, like,
Yeah.
those are things too that it's helpful in those early stages of buying a home. If you can get in there, like, on the day that you walk in and you don't see everything, but you love the house, put in an offer. You can always ask, right, to go back and see it a second time,
Oh,
can't
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
So that's
Mhm.
whenever you could go, "Hey, I wanted to go see what this looked like. That way I could take a picture so whenever I go to the store, I can see if it would actually work in this room."
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like
And I would say that that's a lot of the conversation that I have with my clients too, is that's part of your due diligence time frame. So, if we have 7 days or 5 days or whatever, and maybe we only spent 30 minutes looking at the house, but you
exactly.
knew this was the one, we also weren't measuring to make sure your couch fits during that 30 minutes. We were checking to make sure the house was what you
Yes.
wanted. And so
Yes.
now 3 days later that, you've gotten the inspection report back and we've negotiated those things, and you're really starting to feel like, "Okay, this really is gonna be my house," and then you start to
Exactly.
panic. "I don't think my bed's gonna fit. I don't know. What about my refrigerator?" And you have all these questions, and then you're not sleeping. So then
Yeah.
we're gonna go back to the
We're
house
gonna
with
go
your
see
list
it.
of things, and we're gonna redecorate the person's house
Yes.
and measure all the things. Yeah,
And they're gonna be
absolutely.
fine with it because 'cause they're trying to get rid of it. So,
Because they're trying to sell it. That's
they're
right.
they're gonna be okay with that. So, what I wanted to kinda transition to from going out of the emotional side, so I've bought a house, lived in it, but now it's time for me to sell it. So, where I step in, my job is to showcase your sanctuary to help the potential buyers see it and go,
Mhm.
"Oh, yes, that's where I could do blah. Like, that's where I can come in and have this." So that's my job, is to help create that emotional story that your agent can
Yep.
use in all their marketing materials. And I love it, especially whenever, like, I can get a little bit creative inside the home. Like, I might try to get there about like 5-10 minutes early if I know it's going to be a spectacular home, and really go in, walk the property, and not just get my standard listing shots, but really get those like artsy ones that I can
Yeah.
go, okay, if I'm standing here in the kitchen and it's open to everything else out here, dining room, living, I want to get a shot from the kitchen island to let the people know what it looks like if I have family over.
Right. So what
Those
their
are,
entertaining space actually feels like. Yeah.
yes, because those are the moments that I can help capture that lets you stand in the moment while you're
Yep.
flipping through on realtor.com, not Zillow.com. Go to
That's right.
realtor.com. And yes, Zillow, I will still take your sponsor money if you send it our way, but another day for another conversation. The kind of moments that I can help capture inside of a shoot. And so
Mhm.
there's another one of my favorite shots that I get, and I can only get it if it has a vaulted ceiling. So if I'm in the primary bedroom, and if it's set up correctly because the builders actually paid attention to dimensions, bed should end like right here. So, like, if bed ends and then the
Yeah.
primary bathroom is back that way, I can help take a shot to let somebody see the whole depth from one side all the way into the primary bathroom's tub
Mhm.
to get that whole
The whole
the
thing.
whole focal view of it to go, this is where I want to come home at night. This is where I want
Yep.
to be every single night. And so those are
Yep.
the things that I can help capture. Do other photographers do that? Probably, but they don't know how to tell a story that goes along with it. And so
Right.
those are the moments that I can help kind of come in and capture. And then as I deliver product back to the agent, I can go, hey, I put these extra shots. This is a story that you can do with them if you want to. So like
Yeah.
that's how you can
Which
help.
is great because that's less work that I have to
Exactly.
creative work that I have to come up with.
I just did one. Let's see, what's today? Is it today Wednesday? Yes, I did it on Monday. Okay, so I get
Mhm.
to the shoot. It's for a like I can't say too much about it because it hasn't hit the market. It was about 9,000 square feet. It's basically a
Crazy.
southern living style mansion. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. The agent asked if somebody could come shadow. I was cool with it. So the
Mhm.
first 45 minutes that I was at the shoot, I was walking around explaining everything that I was doing to this high school student who was taking notes because he was trying to learn how to tell story through photography. And so
Okay.
that's whenever I finally got to sit down. Like I was sitting with him and I was explaining all my process for these larger shoots. And I
Mm.
told him, I said, your job, yes, is to take pretty pictures, but your second job is to tell a story while you're here. And I
Yep.
said, if I take a shot and it's like a little off centered, I said, there's probably a reason. So we go into the kitchen, and it was a perfect example of it. It was built in like 1880s, 1890s.
Mhm.
They didn't care if stuff was centered back then. Okay,
Nope.
so here you are, the roof, the pitch line. Then from there, you have the sink lines up, but everything else in the kitchen's off centered. So
Oof.
I told him how he has to think through like what's the center weight of what you're wanting to cast here. I said my center. I'm looking at the pitch of the roof, looking at the ceiling. My center point is where I want the eye to start, but then go, well, what's over here? What's over here? What's over there?
Mhm.
I had never thought through this stuff to be able to explain it. I just do it because I've done it so
You
many
just do it.
times. But
Yep.
whenever I stopped and I was telling him all this, he kind of looked at me and he was like, so I got to learn how to tell a story through photography. I said, that's what photography
Yeah.
is. It's a
Yep.
storytelling piece. I was like, I used to be able to write. I can't really do it anymore because I don't have time. I said, but I just
Yeah.
transition from the words to images. And that's
Mhm.
what our job is, to partner with the agent to help tell a story of the home.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the marketing, the digital marketing, the photos of the home and the video that's provided most of the time is the first
Yep.
opportunity that you have to cast a good vision of what your home should be and how it could be somebody else's.
And
Like
if you miss
that's your
it,
first
ooh,
opportunity. Yep. Yep.
mm.
Ship has sailed.
Exactly. And if you take it with your damn phone that's from the 1990s
Right?
and you're still using a flip phone, get out of this industry.
Get out. Please retire. God.
I get it. I get it. You want to put your accolades out there. I'm a top producer. Oh, yeah, whatever. Okay. Stop it.
No.
Stop it.
Mhm.
Stop it.
Please stop.
Stop.
It's not cute. It's not a cute look for anyone.
Okay. I could literally go on that topic for about 17
Oh.
hours, but I want to hit this one. Some quick things that you can do to transition a house to a home into a sanctuary.
Mhm.
Think think minimalistic. I do not need a house full of stuff. I need a
Mm,
few things to really highlight, to really make it feel like my home versus like Stockholm. Not Stockholm
right.
syndrome, people, just a stock home. So
Yes.
what we could do here is, if you're entering your living room and if you have to walk around other pieces of furniture to get to another piece of furniture, take something out. Take something
Mhm.
out. Like, you
Mhm.
don't need 7 recliners. Like, 2 is fine. 2's fine.
2 is good.
Unless you're
2 is
going
good.
into like an entertainment room, you might want a couple of extras. But
Yeah,
no,
maybe.
like I don't need end tables as much anymore. Like, there was a time and a place for end tables. It's not now. That's out.
Mhm.
Come on out.
Mhm.
Come on out the house.
Mhm. Yep.
Think through what's essential, and then add one piece, and that's about all you need.
Yeah.
So I mean, don't get
Because
crazy
other than
about
that,
all
it
you
looks,
need.
yeah, it looks cluttered. And then it's hard for people to imagine anything else other than what they're seeing in the picture.
Because my favorite thing is to go into a listing, and as soon as I walk in, I'll see all this furniture, and I'll ask the homeowner, "Hey, can I move a couple pieces to free up some space?"
Mm.
9 times out of 10, they'll go yes, and then after I shoot it, they'll go, "Why didn't I have it like that to
Huh.
begin with?"
Yeah.
Duh! I used your
Yep.
furniture, fool.
Right.
Like, come
Right. Yep.
on. But
Literally cost you $0. Yep.
like, and so that's another thing. Payton offers you the ability to use a stager if you need to. So
Hmm.
like, use it if you need it. Just remember, it's going
Yeah.
to be a fee. It's going to be a cost, but
Yeah.
that person is going to be able to come in and do all the stuff while you're off doing what you need to be doing. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Because it's
it's the
ultimately their
yeah,
job to release that or
yeah.
release that responsibility from
Yeah.
you.
What's
So
the
yeah.
economic cost? Like, going into economics 101 here, people, the economic cost, the
Mhm.
cost of the next best thing. If
Yep.
I am not going to do it myself, I'm hiring somebody. The economic
Hmm.
cost is I get to do what the hell I really want to do, and somebody else can come do the crap that I don't want to do. That's the economic
That's
cost
right.
here, people.
That's right.
I tell my
And
wife
if we
all the
can't
time.
spend money, then
Yes. I tell my wife all the time. She'll be like, "Hey, I really want to do blah blah blah. Do you have time?" Nope, but I know who can, and
nope.
I'm going to pay them to come do it because I don't want to do it
Because
anymore.
I
Like,
don't have the time, bandwidth, or money
no,
to
most
make
of the
that
time
happen.
it's just bandwidth. Like, I don't
Hmm.
care. I don't want to do it anymore. Like,
Nope.
like I just
Nope.
it's not in me. Like, I
Mm-mm.
love
Nope.
YouTube. I'll watch YouTube, but I'm not watching it to learn how to change out the faucet in my kitchen sink. I'm gonna call
I
my
want to watch
plumber.
somebody else do it.
I'm gonna call my plumber and be like, "Hey man, I need your help." Okay, here's $250. Done. I don't
Yep.
care. Whatever it
Yep.
costs, be here.
Yep.
Like, I don't want
Yep.
to do it. So,
Let me have my piece.
and if there's a leak, I know who I'm calling to come back, and that
That's right.
I don't have to fix it.
That's right. That's right.
but
So
but
true.
that's just me. Like, that's part of my sanctuary. Okay, here's a little
Hmm.
here's a little insight into Tyler 101. My sanctuary is to be able to walk into my home and go, if something's messed up, I know who to call to come fix it. That's my sanctuary. Because I want to come home at the end of the day and not go, I have a honey-do list that's 100 miles long. Like, that's
Hmm.
that's not me.
Hmm.
That's not
I
me.
know. Yep.
So I
Well,
would,
and you want to be able to like do the things and that matter most.
yes.
You know, we are very busy. Like
Yeah.
this is not a 40-hour work week kind
Nope.
of job for us.
No.
So, when we do have the opportunity to slow down and do something else other than
Yep.
work, the last thing we want to do is
Exactly.
projects or something else that
If
that we know someone else can do.
if we got a slow moment, people, I'm either gonna be in Disney World or I'm gonna be on a cruise
Okay.
ship. That's where I'm gonna
That's
be.
right.
I'm not gonna be in my kitchen going, "Oh yeah, I can paint the walls, baby."
Yeah, no.
Nope.
Mm-mm. We're going to be hiring somebody to paint while I'm on a cruise.
Bingo.
A Disney
I'm
cruise.
gone. No,
That's right.
no, no.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yep. But I mean,
Uh,
ultimately, that's the whole thing is helping people figure out
yeah.
how to create what works best for them. And ultimately, when you're ready to sell it, then that's where we come in. We
Bingo.
come in to use our expertise and if we have to restage things, remove things,
Hmm.
bring things in, sometimes y'all out here living with absolutely nothing in your house, and
And,
I've got to help you out to be able to create a
and how
space.
you did
So,
that, living off a Chinese takeout for so long? I don't know
right,
how you did it, man. You
right,
should,
right. You've got a
but
mattress on the floor and a pair of tennis shoes in the closet, and that's
that's
it. And I'm over here
it.
like, hold on, like,
How,
so.
man?
But
Golly.
either way, either side, either we've got
Uh,
too much or not enough. It's our job to figure out how to
exactly.
help you
Ugh.
make your house look the best.
Yes.
So,
And that's a perfect segue, Peyton, to come back for our next episode. Episode 16, y'all. We're going to be lighting it up and talking about what is a seller's market and how to navigate it. So make sure to come back. And for this one, episode 15, I hope you learn a little bit more about how to make that home into your sanctuary on the south side.
yeah, absolutely. We can't
So
wait to hear from you more, and we will see you next week.
peace out.
Bye.